Get 3 months of local news for just 99 cents a month. You'll get unlimited access to the news you need to stay engaged and connected to your community. Visit duluthnewstribune.com/subscribe now to get 3 months of local news for only 99 cents a month.
Hello, Northlanders. It's Thursday, August 10th. I'm Wyatt Buckner with your Duluth News Tribune Minute, presented by Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union.
The average MPECU member saves over $785 a year in better rates and lower fees. And with MPECU, every ATM is your ATM. With their free checking program, you get ATM fee reimbursements at any ATM anywhere in the U.S. Check out Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union services online at mpecu.com or visit their offices in downtown Duluth, Arrowhead Road, or Miller Trunk Highway.
Now here's a look at today's headlines. Some racial disparities do exist in enforcement actions, but the city's police department largely adheres to best practices in most areas, a team of researchers concluded after an exhaustive review of operations and data. A 90-page racial bias audit released Wednesday by the Crime and Justice Institute did not recommend any sweeping changes to the Duluth Police Department, but it did provide a blueprint for changes that could reduce bias, ensure inclusivity, and promote public accountability. The team said the department has attempted to increase recruitment and hiring of diverse candidates, requires bias in intercultural relations training, and improved its transparency. But the department could benefit from clearer strategies and more interaction with the public about these efforts. The audit is the result of a multi-year partnership between the police department and community groups, who together identified goals and set forth the process by which the department was analyzed. Coming on the heels of the 2020 murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis and international calls for police reform, the Duluth audit has been in the works since April 2021. The report, in particular, expresses some concern about disparities in how vehicles and pedestrians are stopped and how officers are dispatched to reports of suspicious behavior. The report said the community believes there is a culture of racism in the department, despite finding a small number of people who have experienced that directly. It said there are underlying issues that lead to overrepresentation of people of color in police interactions. The audit called the disparity in vehicle stops statistically significant. It noted that people of color are more likely to be stopped for equipment violations or suspicious activity, more likely to be searched, and more likely to receive harsher penalties. The department has increased transparency by publishing data on stops, use of force incidents, training, and crime, but the researchers said it needs to be more consistent, complete, and show trends to better inform the public. There is also inconsistency in officers' understanding of when force needs to be reported and when stop data is being collected. The process also looked at the Citizens Review Board, which was described as having limited impact as an oversight mechanism. The team noted community engagement has rapidly declined since 2019 and said an overhaul of the board's mission should focus on addressing dissatisfaction with the complaint process. For more on the Duluth Police Racial Bias Audit, find our full story at duluthnewstribune.com. A Lake County Commissioner special election that resulted in a tie may be decided by randomly selecting a winner. Colby Abaz and Joe Baltich each garnered 99 votes on Tuesday in the District 1 race. Jack Nelson earned the most votes with 124. The top two candidates move on to the general election November 7th. A fourth candidate, Paul Hartshorn, was just 2 votes behind the tied contenders with 97. Other candidates included Stephen Maralt and Mark Harmon. The county's canvassing board plans to meet at 10 a.m. today at the Lake County Law Enforcement Center in Two Harbors. Auditor-Treasurer Linda Leibel told the News Tribune on Wednesday that after the canvass is completed, the county will schedule a manual recount. If the counts remain unchanged, the county may have another recount. Minnesota law allows a losing candidate to request a publicly funded recount in extremely close elections. In the case of a tie vote, the canvassing board will determine the result by random selection. The canvassing board clerk will then certify the election results to the county auditor. The special election was held because the District 1 seat was vacated by the death of longtime Commissioner Pete Walsh, 68, of Finland on January 19th. The pool of plaintiffs challenging the city of Duluth over stormwater fees could soon grow after a judge certified the lawsuit as a class action case. In an order Wednesday, Judge Eric Howland said the current plaintiffs, Moline Manufacturing LLC and Glass Merchant Incorporated, which does business at Walsh Windows, have met the factors needed for the class certification. The two West Duluth businesses claim to have been overcharged for stormwater runoff from their properties, prompting them to file the case in September 2021. Moline, an industrial bakery equipment manufacturer, and Walsh, a window manufacturer, will serve as class representatives and can now be joined by all persons and entities who paid stormwater service fees to the city for non-resident structures from September 8, 2015 to the present, Haldon said. Exceptions include recipients of waterfront best management practices credits or other discounts before 2021. An attorney for the companies has previously estimated more than 1,500 owners of non-residential properties were subject to similar fees and were also due reimbursement for years of paying inflated charges. Haldon also urged the party to consider mediation. City spokesperson Kelly Latuska declined to comment, citing the ongoing litigation. Sean Rader, an attorney for the companies, did not immediately respond to a voicemail or email seeking comment Wednesday. In May, the city council approved spending up to $260,000 for the outside counsel to help defend itself against a then potential class action lawsuit. At the heart of the dispute is a disagreement over how the city has calculated stormwater fees on the basis of how much impervious surface may be found on a property. The suit finds fault with the method by which Duluth calculated the measurement it uses. Now here's a look at your forecast, brought to you by the Superior Telegram's history podcast, Archive Dive.
Happy Thursday, Duluth. Lots of sunshine today with temperatures in the mid-70s. Northerly wind about 5 to 10 miles an hour, so a little bit cooler along the North Shore in Wisconsin. Overnight tonight, increasing clouds with a chance for some showers and a few areas of rain overnight with a low of 57 degrees. Then on Friday, looking at chances for rain, a few rumbles of thunder as well, with temperatures falling into the upper 60s. On Saturday, a dry start today with a high of 74. There'll be a chance for a stray pop-up shower, a stray rumble of thunder Saturday night, and into the day on Sunday, rain more likely with highs in the mid-60s. I'm Storm Tracker meteorologist Jesse Ritka.
Thank you to Archive Dive for their support. The monthly history podcast, hosted by Superior Telegram reporter Maria Lockwood, dips into the archives of historic events, people, and places around Superior and Douglas County. You can find the latest episode of Archive Dive at superiortelegram.com or wherever you also get this podcast. Reporting for today's episode was done by Tom Olson, Katie Roman, and Jimmy Lovren. Thank you for listening to Duluth News Tribune Minute. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.